start the recording, and we are going to do a Canva really quick. So Canva is a free program. They do have an upgrade where you can pay to have the upgrade. It's $12.95 a month, and you have all these other great things that you can do. Um, so one of the things you can come here, this is how it basically looks like. This is the new system. It used to be a little bit different, but this is the new one. It actually has a tab that shows all of your designs. So if there's ever a time you want to come in here and say, well, I want to change one, this is the one I put on my Facebook. I remember those of you that was on the Wine and Dine about 3 weeks ago, we had this big debate about if Sebastian was a lobster or a crab. And it was kind of a mixed thing, and even if you go search it, even Disney says it started out as one, but now it's another. There's mixed opinions about is Sebastian a lobster or a crab. So
I
I
think he's a lobster.
well, that's what I said. There's like a 50-50 according to my Facebook. I've gotten about 50-50. But see, I create, and so I put, yeah, you ought to go in there and read Rory's comment. I was waiting for him to write a book, but it's just funny. I was like,
where at?
on my Facebook page. So find me on Facebook. Find Sheila Matchett on Facebook and then look for it. But I'm getting all kind of crazy stuff, but it's fun. But I just created this, and this is how you can market on social media without actually marketing. You see right up here in the corner, this is one of my logos, and right up underneath here. So when you click on it, even on Facebook, if you click on the actual image, there's my website.
Okay.
So they see my website subliminally. How do you say it? Subliminally? I can't even say it. Unconsciously,
It's too
they
harsh.
they see my website. But here's the the actual gist of what the image is. But they can look at this and say, "What's that?" And they'll click on that, and they'll be able to see it.
Okay.
So that's how you can do things like that. But say you want to create another one. And this is another one I put up. I forgot where was that. We had to create, I think it was Sephora. Was it Sephora? No. It was another website. It was asking me, for an image. And I was like, well, I want to put something here. So I created this image to go on the social media. Oh, what's that one Rory did? What is it? Parlor. You had to create an image for Parlor. So this is the image I created for Parlor. It's got my logo, and then it also has my picture. So when they pull it up or it shows up, this is what it shows. So you can do all kind of things with this. So I'm just going to create a design, and it gives you the option, and it shows you the dimensions of the design. If you want to just create your own logo, you can create a business card. If you wanted to make a video, labels, say you're having a flea market or yard sale, you can create labels to go on there. You can create an animated social media program for Instagram. Facebook post, it tells you the dimensions of Facebook. If you want to create tickets.
Do you have to have the upgrade to do all of these?
No, these are all free. So the only thing that you have to have upgrade, and I'll show you. So I'm going to create a Instagram post, and I always do Instagram because it has the biggest dimensions. If you wanted to do a Facebook post, if you're going to posted it on Facebook, it has to be these dimensions. But most of the images I create, I always do Instagram. That way I know no matter where I post them, the image it's going to be big enough. Some of the ad sites, it's too big, so I have to come back in and resize it. But for the most part, I just use the Instagram post. And then what you can do is based on the images that you have, it actually shows, hey, you want to do an Instagram post. They have pre-populated Instagram posts you can use. And they're titled. So you can just come through here and look and see which ones. And if there's a cost, you see how this says free? If there's a cost, it will have, a price. If it says free, it's free. See how this one doesn't have anything? So if you use
Right.
this one, there's a charge. The free ones say free, so those are the ones you can use for free. This one, you see there's nothing shows up. That one has a cost. You have to pay for it. So only the ones that say free are you allowed to use them with the free program. Even if you do have the free program and you see one that has a cost and you want to use it, again, you can click on it and uh, um, fill it out, do whatever you want to with it. And then at the end of it, it'll tell you how much your cost is and you can pay for it. But there's plenty of free ones if you wanted to use a pre-populated template. I don't use pre-populated templates. I just come over here to uploads and I upload a photo. So say you have, you can pull out, upload an image. So you can just go to your Dropbox if you have a Dropbox that you have images already put in there. Like I have my, going to go to my blogging pictures, and I have pages that I just created for advertising pictures. They're just blank pictures that I like. I haven't really, done anything with them, but here's a good one. I've always wanted to do something with Betty Boop. I just hadn't figured out what I want to do with her yet, but here's another little girl. I want to do something with her, but shopping right now is not an option. Here's one, seafood. We're doing stuff on seafood. So there's a picture I want to use. So I just upload the picture from my document picture folder, and I just put it over here. Now, you see how it has all this information? You just pull this up, and this makes it bigger or smaller, the corners. And then I want to get rid of this extra space, so I just bring it in and box it in. And then that way, I have a clean picture. Okay? And then from there, you can do your sayings. So then you're going to come to your text, and you're going to create your heading, and it always shows it up in the middle. And you just open up the box, and then you move it up to the top. And then you create your saying. And I'm going to do the same thing. And then again, you can just move it in, get it the size you want it, however you want it. You can stretch it out. And see how it's overlapping. So then you can adjust your picture, move it however you want to, move this up a little bit. And then it has a Braille face. If you wanted to change your font, you can actually come in here and change your script. And see, once you change your script, you can actually change the color of your script if you want to. Totally up to you. And they have tons of them. Some of them you have to pay for. So it just depends. I don't like that one. So when you come through here, it'll have a little, see how it has this crown? So it will say for free. If the crown is highlighted or yellow, that's one you have to pay for. Or if it doesn't have a crown, you have to pay for it. So, but since I have the paid program, I can use it. So you just go through here and find one that you like. I want something a little funky. That looks funky. All right. And so you can do that. Then you can move your picture. And then you can, again, keep adding your text. And then you move it where you want to. You can have it going up and down. And depending on how you want it to look. There you go. Look it like that. And you just want to keep the same color arrangement. And then if you want your font smaller, you can actually come here and change your font size. And then you can work with minimizing it even more to get it the way you want it. And then that way you can readjust your picture. If you want your picture smaller, you can get your picture smaller so you have more space. And see, this would be another good place where you can put right here. We're going to go I'm going to put this over here. And then if you wanted to, you can actually make this a bit smaller. And maybe if you had a glass of white wine, a picture with white wine. Let's see if I got one. But all mine's red. I don't want that one. So then I'm going to go over here and find me a glass of white wine. Let's see if I got one in my, see how busy I can make this. So I'm going to come here and go to my blog.
Determine whether to use white wine or red wine with the meat.
Fish, white wine goes great with fish or seafood, any type of seafood. But again, it's a personal preference. Some people like red wine with seafood. So it just depends on what you like.
Hey, Sheila.
Yes. Hey.
Was a long class.
Oh, good. I hope they recorded it. I needed to listen.
Yes, they did. Sheila, how are you, hon?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good. You look like the sexy librarian.
We don't get to see you very often.
I know.
I know.
I was as I was telling them, I was at the ball field early this morning, so there's no telling how I look today. So
Well, you look great.
thank you.
You do.
So I don't have a picture of just white wine, so I want a glass of white wine. So I'm gonna do glass of white wine.
You've got to be kidding me. You do not.
I
have a
know,
good-
just a glass of white wine. There we go. I want this glass. That looks spectacular. There. Well, no, I don't want that. That's a little bit too busy. I just want a plain glass. There we go. That no. No. See if I there we go.
Can you also trim that picture when you bring it in? So
Mhm.
you could have cut out some of the other stuff on a picture you particularly didn't like. You could say, oh, okay, I can just use parts.
Yep. Yep. I could. So I'm gonna get this is going in my wine folder. And this one's already, so I'm gonna just name it.
So organized. I have to search everywhere and look.
That's why get those organized. So then I'm gonna come here and go to my wine folder. Went too far. And I'm gonna find that glass. Wine spritzer. There we go. So now it's uploading my picture. Once it gets finished, I'm gonna move it over. And I think what I'm gonna do is put it down here. I think what I wanted to do. Open this picture up a little bit more. Okay. So there's that. And then I'm going to trim this picture. And then we're going to open this up a little bit. Let's move this up here. Let's get this picture a little bit smaller. Okay. And I still want to get that white from around that glass. So it's just the glass. There we go. And we can make this bigger. And it's just, you know, just play around with it to get it the way you want it. And then at the bottom, you can do one or two things. You can put your logo. You can I see right here, I want to say goes great with white wine. Okay. And then here's one or two things. Once you get this done, so we got that. We got that's bigger than our title. I don't want it bigger than my title. So that means I need to minimize this.
Could you please change your font for the title? It's driving me crazy.
Oh, really? I'm going to put all of it this way. I love it.
It's not clear.
We can go through and find it, do something else. Okay, hold up. How about this one? I want something funky that's going to stand out.
Well, do a script then. Or,
No, people can't read script. Do you know how many people can't read script? There's a bunch.
There's a lot.
There's
like,
a lot that cannot read script. All right, so now move my picture down. You stay up there. I want you to stay up there. So then
That's
we can
better.
move.
Thank you.
All right. So then I want to make sure I want to keep all my writing the same color. All right. So now once you have this done, now you have the option. If you have a page that you want this to go with, you put your page link down here. If you just want to put your memes logo that you've created, if you've created a logo and you want to use that, then you can use that one. So I have this logo right here. So I can minimize that. Wrong one. Oh, come on. Let's move it. All right, so here's my logo. And I want to move it. So I can just leave this logo here if I wanted to, or if I have a page that I want to use, I can put that in there. So, but this is basically finished unless I want to do a background. So then I have this plain white background. I have red writing. I got different colors in here, and this is in purple. So then I'm going to come back to my background and say, all right, what can I use to make that stand out? What color? So then I start playing with my colors and see what I want to use. I don't like that. So this shows up as a white background. So because I pay for the upgrade, I actually have this filter effect. So I can click on this and it will remove all the backgrounds off of that. So now instead of it being white, I actually just have the basic design. So now I can make it as big as I want and move it up.
Choose a lighter background color so that red sitting on top of it doesn't.
Well, that's what I said. I'm just playing with this, getting this image the way I want it first before I start messing with color. So I can leave that there.
Make the salmon picture bigger.
This one, I'm gonna probably make them all a little bit bigger now that I got it set up the way I want it set up, so I can make them all bigger to cover up the whole thing. So there's that. And then let's move this. Ooh, yeah, you can actually turn them if I wanted to make it, you know, a little bit
funky.
more. Yep.
You got your microphone away from your mouth again.
There we go. I forget, so I can turn this one that way, move it over. Okay. So then, and then if I want to do a green background, oh, that looks pretty.
Oh yeah, it does.
And seeing that purple makes that stand out. If I wanted to do an orange, I don't think the orange, but see, that brings out the color of the salmon though. Yep. So that's when you can do your backgrounds. The yellow, that stands out, but I don't like that yellow. That makes you want to puke. I'm sorry. So the blue looks good.
Yeah, I like the blue.
but I kind of like that one we did right here because it really makes that salmon pop. But we can do the blue too. So I like that, but I really like that one.
Can you hit the thing that allows you to pick your color? Is that the palette there way on
Yeah,
the
this is
left?
the palette. So you can actually come in here, and it has the different colors. You can go in and make different colors for the most part, or add different shades. You can't
Right.
go in and use a color wheel. I mean, you can come here and use your color wheel and then choose the different ones you want.
Yeah, but
And then you add it up here. So,
gotcha. Right.
so you can change as many colors as you want, but I kind of like that one or the blue. Let's do the blue. I can always come back and change it later. So there's that, and I have my logo. Like I said, I just put the logo in there because I paid for the updated the paid program. I have this button for effects that allows me to take out background. So you see that one had the white background. I didn't like the white background, so I could take that off. Even if I wanted to do this one and take out that background, but sometimes when you remove the background, it actually distorts the picture. So we're going to see how this one works, if that's going to be the case for this. So it doesn't. So that actually looks good. Now I just have a glass of wine, but I don't have a stem. So, but that's okay. I kind of like that too. It actually gives me more space to play with. So I like that too. So there is my seafood, but I just have that. But I want to actually put my page link, or I can leave that there. I can always come back and change it later and put that in there. So then I'm going to name it. So you always want to name your images. So I'm going to put seafood lovers. And I really want to put my page in there. So I'm going to come here and did I save my menu? So I'm going to go here and so I'm searching for my own page. Click on the actual title, and then that will give you the link you want. So if I didn't, so I'm going to hit copy, and then I'm going to come here and say I don't want to leave this. So if I want to move this up here, this is going to be a really busy page. I might not like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and download this one. Always make sure it's in a PNG. All right. And then it's going to pull up. It's going to pull up in my photo. So that's how it's going to look when I post it anywhere. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to hit save as. And I'm going to put it in my logos, and I'm going to put it under my salmon. Didn't I do one for salmon? Yeah, wild salmon, seafood lovers, save. So that's that one. So I'm actually going to come back here to this same one, and I'm going to change the background color. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to come back here and grab me a text tab. Move it down here. Oh, come on. Work with me here. And I'm going to paste my link in here. I'm going to change this font. So now it's linked with a link. And what was this we use? Oliver base. So we're going to come back here. We're going to do, we'll show your most recent ones. I'm going to do Oliver base. And then we're going to do our red color. Just, oh, no, get back over there. Just move this over a little bit. Okay.
Still have a little bit of white in the salmon.
Yeah, I see that now. Thank you. All right, come on. There we go.
There you go. That looks good.
All right. So and then again, we're going to say Seafood Lovers 2. Download. And if I wanted to, I could actually change the color of the font and make that look totally different, change the background. And actually, if we wanted to, there's different backgrounds. So if you come here, you look at backgrounds, we just did with the plain. You actually have patterns that you could use. The thing about patterns is that sometimes it takes away from your picture. You have gradients. I like to use the gradient too, but because I have that, that wouldn't be a good one. So I could have put like the blue gradient, see how it has the different shades of blue. Same thing with the purple, the different shades. Have rainbow, you could actually use that one. That would be a pretty good one. Everything stands out with that one, so I can use that, do that one.
On the not on the this program here, is there a limit on how many you can download?
Nope. Usually what I do is
really like that.
after I finish using an image, I delete it so I don't have my images full, because they're always going to be in my pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I get my images, I download them from Google if I don't have them, and then I save them in my image drop boxes, depending on folders, and then go from there. And then they're always there. So when I come to my actual, when I create a design and I go to the image folder, I don't have it cluttered with all a bunch of them and I have to keep looking for it. I can just always go in and add what I need to add and then just remove it. But there's no limit. There's no limit to how many designs. I mean, your design, this is sort of like the response magic. Your designs stay with you. It's not like you're going to lose your designs. And I don't want to create anything. Oh, I'm on my designs. So, you know, here's all the different designs that I've created. Just images that I've moved over. And they just keep adding. Yeah, I just keep adding them. So some of them still had direct sellers in it, but I like the images, so I can just pull it up and change the link out, and put the most current one in.
I love Grandpa Jones.
Yeah, that's the one I did for the wine and dine. I got a bunch of hits with that. You know, when things that I've done from the beginning, that I want to go back and change later, you know, they're here. You know, things you can just, you know, like I said, come in and you see things that I did when I first started, and it's like, oh God, I can't believe I put that out there. You know, and I can go back in and change it. Like this is one that I can now go in and take this background out, make it look a whole lot better. Same thing with all these different ones. You can go in and take the backgrounds out. So this one doesn't even have a link in it. So just different things like that. And I have tons of them in here, but they stay in here for you to use. You can pull them back up and edit and modify them. That's the one different things about this than the Response Magic magnets. You can actually modify your own images that you've created, but they all stay in here. The minute you get finished and publish it, it goes into your designs for you to be able to pull up later. So they'll be there for you to use. So let's see, there's a bunch of people commenting.
So are the designs saved in the system or on your computer?
On your computer.
Okay.
So, but what I did was I downloaded them into my folder. So when I go to my documents folder and my image folders, they're there. So if I come to my blogging pictures and go to my salmon, my wild salmon folder, where is it at? I got to remember I have two different ones. Oh, put it in logos. Wrong logos. So here's the logos, and then here's my wild salmon right here. So there's the images. So they're in my folders for my pictures. So if I lose them on here, I still have them because it gives you the option to download them. So if they lose them on your website, they should still be in a folder somewhere on your computer. And because my computer is linked, all my images are on my Dropbox and folders. My Dropbox is on my phone. So if I'm at this grocery store or somewhere standing in line or at the park with the kids and I want to do an Instagram post or do a social media post, I can pull up my Dropbox and select an image and send it to social media. But you know, I actually pay for the Dropbox. You know, it's the one that I pay for is $200 a year. So, but I have unlimited space. There's tons of space in there. It never going to run out. So that's one of the options that you can do. So that's how you would go in and create, you know, a advertising picture using Canva. The free program has tons and tons and tons of options that you can use. The paid program has just that many more options that you can use. It's like I said, it's about $12.95 a month, I think is what it is. And it just gives you, you know, how to just clean up some stuff. But the free program is excellent too. You can do just about everything with the free program that I just did. So let's see what's in the chat. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, everybody liked the blue. Thank you.
The blue kind of reminds you of the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing was, you know, when you have your social media platforms and you go to set them up, you know, you have all this free space. When people come and look at your profile, that's a great place to go in and put your image. So when people actually come and click on my homepage, you know, they see my background right here. It's got my family. Go back. What's it thinking? It's thinking. I don't know what it's thinking, but it's thinking. So this is my cover photo. So this is just my family. You can actually go in and edit it. When I first did it, I actually had a logo up here with my business, and I think I'm gonna go back and put that in there, and still have my family in there. Parlor, when I set up the Parlor program, that's what I did. This is the new
program.
Parlor. It's another social media platform. It's business-minded people. So when they go in and click on my profile, it shows my picture, but it's supposed to show the other one. I don't know why it didn't show the whole thing, but it's supposed to be on. Probably because I haven't done anything on it yet. But you can go in and set up all these different programs that you can actually advertise for. So that was one of the things
right now.
yeah. So this is one of the ones I created that went on one of my social media platforms. I can't remember which one it is. So, but it's just a way for you to do a unconscious, I can't say that word, subliminal.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
There you go.
Subliminal.
Advertising of your site. So, and that's another one that you have with
And you can't connect a link to it, correct?
no, you can't link to it. It doesn't allow you to put a link in it.
But they'll go looking for it.
When I edit my page, how do you get all the boxes? Okay, so when you go to, you're talking about the different boxes that you have to choose from, the different blocks. Okay, so when you go to choose a block, You hit your plus sign. So you have the most used, but if you scroll down, then you have these drop downs and it has your common blocks. If you open that up, it has the different ones that's there. Same thing with formatting. It has the different ones that's there and you just choose which ones you want. The layouts is, you know, if you want to do a separator. The median text, I really don't use it that much because there's different options that's way better than the median text. But if you wanted to use a button, you know, where it says, you know, click here or press here or whatever, you can have a button on your page. And then you have your widgets that you can use if you wanted to do that. I don't really use that one that much. The embed codes you can use. So if you wanted to link to Facebook or Instagram, you can actually put that in there. If you wanted to link to a YouTube or Twitter account, you can put those in there if you have these accounts. You can actually put that embed code in there, and then you have to have your embed code for that particular program. I just use a text bar and link it. Say, hey, connect with me on Facebook, and then link it, and then put my Facebook thing in there. It makes it a lot easier. I got to figure out the thing. So, but that's where you go and find out the blocks for your pages. Once you use a block quite often, it should always be in your common blocks. If you don't use it for a while, it will drop off. And then you just have to go in and find it, find out where it's at. Not common, but the most used. So if you use it, you know, 2 or 3 times, or every time you come into your site, you're using it, it's going to show up here in your most used, because that's the ones you use all the time. You can see the ones I use all the time. And then if it's not there, you haven't used it in a couple pages, then it'll drop off, and then you can just go back to its category and pull it back up, and you'll be able to find it and use it. You don't need to really use this one, and the widget ones we don't use that much. There's not very many in the layouts that you can use, because the median text, we don't really use it that much anymore, since they're finally upgrading the block system to work more like the classic did. So we should have all of our functions now. So I hope that answered your question. Good. So, and then same thing with pictures. You can always, you know, just add your pictures. This is one I still haven't had a chance to go in and change some of the wording. I think this right here, starting here, I got to go in and modify it. I still hadn't been in my pages yet.
The sample's not available yet, is it?
No, it's not. But if you have your link from before it dropped, your link still works, because we just checked it. It's still there. They can still go in and order it. Now, whether or not they can track it, I'm not sure. But the link on my pages still work. So if I click on it and tell it to go to that link, it still works.
Well, they
But
can order it again? I thought it wasn't available yet.
Oh, I don't know. It's there. So I don't know if somebody can order it, if it allows them to or not. But they can go in and look. I'm sure if they try to order, it'll probably give them a message and tell them it's not available. I still get it on my my email. It's actually one of the advertisings on my emails. Those Alaskan Wild Alaskan Company. Wild Alaskan Salmon Company. Yeah, the company we're marketing for. It shows up on my Google ads. So if it's not functioning, I don't know what they're going to do about it, because it's showing up everywhere. So, but they're probably, when you go in to order, it's probably giving them a message. I'm pretty sure.
It's on Pinterest right now too.
Yeah. That's why I said they're probably giving them a automated message saying that they can't order, or that it's been blocked or on back order, or some kind of something. Okay, that's all I have for today. And if there's no other questions, I think we're going to call it a day. Anybody got any questions?
It's nap time.
Yeah, it's hitting me really hard now. If y'all see me laid out back here
Hey,
on my
Sheila.
chair. Yeah.
Hey, Sheila, now you need to find me a slot. We didn't
Yes,
get to
ma'am.
do.
Yeah, because we had to cancel last week, and I got to do that. So I got to get with
And I need my leads.
Miss Constance, Linda Marie.
You don't need a whole lot of time, really. Sheila.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
already been stretched all out of whack.
Hey, you guys have a good weekend. I'm out of here. Thank you for
All
the
right,
great.
Phyllis.
You too.
You have
Thanks.
a good
Thanks,
one.
Phyllis.
Guys.
Thank you, Sheila. We appreciate you.
Anytime, darling.
Absolutely.
Y'all have a great one and enjoy the rest of your day. Try to stay cool and hydrated.
You got
There
it.
you go.
Too, honey. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.